This week from Crypto Bitlord, big news about XRP is coming on Monday. I'm not even kidding. It might really be time. It might really be time. Why? Yes, based on the numbers, it looks like Bitcoin will reach $130,000. XRP will likely reach 4 to 5, and Ethereum will likely reach 5K. Taking place this week, the CPI reports, which are due on Tuesday or sometime in the middle of this week, are the proof, okay? Crypto Bitler, Strand's front run, says big news about XRP will be released on Monday. If the crypto market blows up, it makes sense that Ripple would say, how do I know that's easy to dismiss the case? But we haven't heard from Ripple yet. In other words, they are getting ready for a media night for the start of the week. That's the only reason for it. That's really weird. Brad Garlinghouse and Davey Schwartz kept quiet about the Ripple versus CC case, even though it was finally over. The chief legal officer talked about it, but the CEO, CTO, and CFO of Ripple didn't. This means they were probably waiting for the stock market to open on Monday of the new week, so it would literally blow up. I am not joking. It might be time Bark thinks that XRP is about to reach an all-time high. Soon we'll see $10. Next week will be historic, which is why Tom Lee just said this week on CNBC, the price is going to go up next week, which is this week again. If I'm not wrong, I think he's an ETH maxi or is very bullish on Ethereum. All of these people are saying that this week will be great. Why? What's going on this week? Okay, let's do this. The cryptocurrency market looks like it's about to blow up this week, guys. Let me tell you why it's going to blow up before we talk about XRP or any of that other stuff. The power of USDT is dying. As we talk, I say it again, USAT dominance chart is really going to die, okay? That's a chart for stablecoins. That T means someone with a lot of Tether or USAT is buying Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum, mostly Bitcoin right now because it is going through the roof. I think it's Tether themselves, okay, changing prices to make them go up. I think it's also the boss, though, because the bots won't let this go backwards. The crypto market will end if they do that. Okay, so they need to keep dumping as much as they can. This means pumping as much crypto as possible. And these are the numbers that show it. I have proof. Okay, I almost certainly tweeted or posted this movie about 9 or 10 hours ago today. People, pay attention to what I just said. Just take a look at this set. The dominant chart guys are here because of this. Again, this week will be very important to see what happens because we can't get a 120K, but I think we'll moon each other. Here's why. Let me show you something. That's why I think we're going to moon this place. We came, okay? So you can see how we pumped up that dominant shark, guys. It's reversed cryptos. Okay, so you all see this pump, right? And we dumped it. It was too close to the liquidity zone not to grab it. That being said, what will happen when it opens up the next funding zone? By the way, this goes all the way through here. You guys do know that at some point you're going to take this liquidity. So Bitcoin is now worth 130K, XRP is about $4.30, and Ethereum is about $5.06K. But who were the only ones who called first? Only the people in this channel did it. No one else did. Just look at what it's doing now, getting the money as we speak. Okay, it got a lot of attention already. It's now going for these lows. What are they going to go for when it grabs that? These lows. Okay, that's another 130K plus for Bitcoin in the 130K range, about $5 for XRP and $5 to 6K for Ethereum. Okay, now it's very clear what's going on. About a day ago, Bitcoin was worth 116K and XRP was worth the same. Was a little higher at $329. Ethereum was at 4.2K, but Bitcoin's price of 116.7K really stands out. How much is it now? 121K? That's it. We're really about to blow up. I am not joking. Why? I'm going to go into great depth about why this is so important to what's going on right now. On the 5-day test, guys, the longer the time frame, the more important it is. These times are very important when we talk about the daily 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the weekly. It only stops the movie for a short time. Also, I'd like to point out that we're below this moving average. So in about 3 days, we'll be proud. It's almost certainly going to happen. Guys, we're going to close below it now. For you guys to understand, this means that the moving average will hold as opposition. That means that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, XRP, and Ethereum will hold their ground. Of course, it's very positive. It just has a big meaning. Okay, so this moving average has been keeping cryptos down over the last 5 days and supporting this chart, which is the stablecoin charts. So when this chart goes up, it just means that people are selling their cryptocurrency for US dollars. People who see it going down are selling their USD for coins, right? In other words, a lot of money is pouring into cryptocurrencies right now, as this red light shows. So this line has been support 3 times before. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, it went up. I think this is what's going on right now. It's going back down, and look at where it is now. It is less than the moving average. It ends in 4 days. I say again, Take a look. We're below it. We're below it on the walk we're at 411 right now, guys. The moving average is now all the way up there. That's it. Unless some crazy black swan event happens in the next 2 days and this thing goes back to the way it was. It's been 2 days and 22 hours already. It is certain to end below that level. Okay, and it looks like it will keep going for the lows there we talked about, which means that our cryptos will cost more. Great news, guys. Good luck to everyone. And yes, let the games begin. I guess this week, yes, I did want to get that out of the way. It looks like this week will be the official sign that they're going to moon cryptos, especially if CPI comes in as both good for the markets and the end of the game. I find it funny that XRP also has this positive cross for the MACD, or it's about to cross right now. It looks like a positive cross. The last time it happened, the pump was just under $2. It keeps happening. Yes, even though I know it hasn't been oversold, the trend is still strong. Where does this money go? Most likely $5. Okay. It fits exactly with every other chart. This white, trustworthy cryptocurrency just wished for XRP right now. He wanted 3.19. Where is XRP at this moment? 3.27. Wow. He timed it just right. He really did. That's crazy. Check this out. He wanted to be here. He's already 2% ahead. He's already made about 2.5% and is on a 9x long, which means he's already about 25% in the black. Okay, so it's getting risky for bears this week because it's Moon Week. He basically said that XRP will go up again after a period of time. Check that out. Now it's time to go. I'm going to do this again. One more thing I'd like to talk about is, and look at what's happening to Bitcoin dot supremacy now that the weekly is over. I'll show you something. Take a look at this, guys. You guys are going to love this. Now let's talk about normal candles. What did it do? It ended below, okay? It has been holding up since, but now we're below this crazy weekly moving average. Look around, 133 days, okay? Since a few months ago, we're now down below. We feel like we've said this before about altcoins, okay? As shown in the Bitcoin dominance charts, this is important. When put up against Bitcoin, how strong are altcoins? Okay, we're now below it. This needs to keep this moving average, which is at 60.6% above the price. Now, this is about regular candles. I don't use them, but I guess it's okay to do so because held it several times before as support, but this candle broke through on the right, sending the price through the roof. The same thing, this is kind of the opposite of what you'd expect. It's still there as a backup. This candle got through. Is Bitcoin going to lose a lot of its power this week? Money from Bitcoin will go into other cryptocurrencies. Yes, for this chart, the Heiken and Shies will be the last straw, which means this week, by the end of this week, will be very big because I think the 3-week candle finishes. Just to be sure, that's not this week. That's next week. Okay, but this is still going to be a very busy week. You can see that everyone is trying to go long, and guys, don't wear shorts at all from Watch Your Teacher. 30,000 showers worth of short Bitcoins. They've only been liquid for the last hour because they just went through the roof. Okay, I'll be very careful out there. It looks like it's time to really go. Guys, it's really time to go. So here is a summary of the week from Watch Your Guru. Well, President Trump has finally signed an order that lets crypto be invested in the $12 trillion 401k retirement market, okay? Then the SEC and Ripple made it clear that their legal battle was over when they both had their appeals thrown out. President Trump signs official orders to stop banks from being unfair to people who use crypto, are religious, or are political. The price of the BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF just went up by $116 million, huh? Strange, if you ask me. That information is likely it, or just how the markets are acting because we told you so. We ran right up to everything. David Sachs, who is known as the crypto czar, says that the orders that President Trump signed this week will let 90 million Americans use crypto. Even though President Trump put tariffs on goods, 82% of SP 500 companies made more money than expected in the last quarter. The SEC says that crypto liquid staking operations are not securities. I guess this means that more people are buying Ethereum ETFs, right? Because I believe they are trying to avoid paying taxes on the ETFs. I'm not sure if ETFs can be staked or something like that to make silent income. I need to do some study, but I'm still very excited about ETH stakes. That's why it pumped. I guess a lot of people finally agree with the first script's license choices. After that, the theory goes over 4.3K for the first time since 2021, right? Yeah, guys, this new week is getting crazy right now. It's going to get even stranger. I will get Bitcoins actually exploding ready. It's likely to reach 130K quickly. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I told you guys that it was going to happen now. I need one more piece from you guys next. Now, what's up with fee? Goodbye?